Hello everybody, welcome back to the final stream of Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. So, at the end of the stream, like once I get the context of the full story, we'll have a discussion with you guys about why we decided to quit playing the game. And what I think the game did right, and what I didn't like about it. I just wanted to be honest with you guys because seeing me play the game and just kind of like skipping through all the cutscenes because I just wasn't invested in it probably wouldn't have been fun, so I think this is for the best, honestly. But yeah, here I skipped over to pretty much the part of the game that we haven't seen yet. This video, I believe it has all the animated cutscenes. There might be some missing context in between, but after we searched up like the full, like every single cutscene in the game videos, those were like 11 hours long, and we don't have that much time. So yeah, if I'm missing something, Kiwi and Cerby will help fill me in, or you guys can help too in chat. Is there anything else? No, I do believe that's it. Am I streaming it to you guys or on Discord?
Yep.
Alright, cool beans. Let me know if the audio is good. I should have it adjusted already, but yeah. Right. Let's see where the story goes. So this is in the sewers. Oh. So after that, all the Monokumas gather to raid the base. Is this an execution? I feel like it's a mass execution. Yeah, I mean, this place wasn't going to last. That was pretty obvious. I'm not surprised that this is happening. It's Zero's favorite game again. Okay, so I'm assuming from there we came in and destroyed all the Monokumas? That's what it looks like?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But everybody's dying or dead.
Dead.
Are they gonna blame us for this? Probably.
I mean, who else?
Huh? Damn it, this again! Please, make it stop! Why? Why now?
Make it stop.
What is that?
What, you're asking me? Don't act like you don't know.
Also, actually within... Wait. What are you doing?
Lock him up.
Women
okay.
equality. Women equality.
Ah, and then Toko switched to here. Also, I realized that the entire game revolves around saving Byakuya. That's probably one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah,
Yo, what's up, Vince?
Saving Byakuya and kind of escape. Yeah. Even though it
Kinda
doesn't make sense
nah,
to try
I
and
think
escape when you
Byakuya's...
know you can't actually leave with the bracelet on.
This week's gonna be great. It's gonna be the last time you withstand UDG. I know, right, Vince? I'm so happy. But yeah, in case anybody joined in late, we're watching all the cutscenes just to get the story before we talk about why we quit and stuff like that.
Buy your ramen. I'll even add seaweed for you as a top. Hey, she ain't here. Now that's committing to a joke.
I'm gonna pin a comment that says that basically.
Strange,
Alrighty.
though. Her scent's still here. Did she perhaps run away on her own?
Why you gotta be like this?
Is that like a GPS for Dekomaru's wristband? I see.
Yes, it is.
This'll be good for tailing her. Anyway, you want me to chase after her, don't you? But why are you giving this splendid gift to an enemy like me? Is
Yeah,
that
exactly.
perhaps
I still don't know what
the
the...
other me
the Mono kids are doing.
I like that even the Mono kids are scared of her.
Well, everybody should be scared of her. You don't know what she's about to do. Toko is one of the strong points of the game, though. 10 out of 10.
Is this GPS broken or what? It's going like 35 miles an hour.
She's in a car?
Why is it so fast? Is the Earth spinning away without me? Huh?
Oh, she's on the... yeah.
Bingo! I see, so that's it.
Yeah, she's on the train. Yeah, if there's any context that I end up missing, let me know in chat. I'll read it as we watch the animated cutscenes. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Scream. To Scream? To Stream. Oh. It won't spoil? Well, we're trying to spoil the entire game right now.
No, it's not like that. Please save me. I will not let
Oh,
you
no,
go.
look at those hands. Mickey, what are you doing?
Excuse me?
Oh boy, I came back to the scene.
Oh,
no.
Why?
Deserve even.
Oh, wait, before I continue, is there any scene in the animated cutscenes that I need to blur? Or, like, just, you know, cover?
I can't remember. Yeah, I should ask chat.
If anybody in chat knows, please
Yeah, chat.
warn me.
That's your punishment. Hey, I ain't ugly.
I think that's the only one. Oh, wow. Wait,
You're bloody ugly enough.
You're bloody
Did you say
ugly enough.
bloody? Oh, bloody.
I said anything but gentle.
That part of the gameplay where the little arms are around Kamara, you have to like bat them away, kinda. It's weird.
Oh, so that's what it was.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
So you're... oh, okay, I mean, well, we all know what they were implying there. Hmm.
Oh yeah, you have the child who was, you know, sexually
Yeah.
mistreated,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, let's not get demonetized the day after we got monetized. So, yeah, we're gonna gloss over it. And yes, Elden Ring is looking strange today. I don't really know what's going on. I don't like the
Not
direction
my
that they took the game
Elden
in. Yo, welcome to stream. We're doing great, actually. Today will be the final day we watch UDG.
Yeah, we're very happy about that.
So many infamous scenes in this game, and since they're not in the cutscenes, you won't experience them. Thank goodness.
I beg you, no more. Anything but gentle.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was her trigger word.
But thank you, Jorge. Yeah.
Congratulations
I mean, I
on being
honestly feel bad
monetized.
for
Thank
her.
you,
Like,
man.
her character's been through the worst.
Oh, I'll talk about
You be gentle.
our feelings about the kids as well later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already had a discussion about this
I
with
have a lot to
Cerby.
say about them, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say gentle, please be gentle with me. Please tell me it's dead.
It is funny that the version that cuts out everything that's important is actually better. Alright, so we've defeated the boss after probably not an exciting boss fight
None of
again.
the boss fights are hard. No, they're pretty much all the same, just with a slightly different.
It just feels like a recolor of a mob in an MMO.
That's a good description of it, yeah.
Oh! Well, that's new.
So bouncy.
It's so weird. I don't like
Why?
that.
This is just Hachikuji all over again.
Follow me closely.
Honestly.
Oh, Nagisa.
No worries, Vince. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing, but yeah.
I've seen other people play worse games. It's just, it wasn't for me, Nerdo.
It's just, yeah, kind of uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, if you stick around for a while, once we finish the story, we'll have a full discussion on it. So yeah, I'd like to know why people enjoy it. I can see some of the good points of it, and I'd like to know your viewpoint on it.
Hold on. Why are you attacking
Yeah,
me?
any
Yo, what's up,
discussion on
Chris?
this channel is welcome.
Nagisa was kind of interesting, though. I wanted to know more of his story. It's unfortunate how he was like one of the last ones that you get to.
This is it.
Yeah, he's leading us? Like, what is this? Like, is he actually cooperating? Because he was also, like,
Yeah.
doubting...
He's trying to help us get away, basically.
Oh,
he's
I
realized that-
see.
Not
This is
good
the
to have
secret
us here, because
passageway
I'd
we
rather
prepared
just
in
let you
case of
leave.
emergency.
Okay.
Go through here, and you can get outside
It's
the
honorable
town.
of them. Yeah. Like, Jotaro was hilarious, but Nagisa just seemed genuinely interesting. And I think he would have provided a new point of view on, like, what the kids were doing and stuff like that, but... Yeah. He's helping them now since he's betrayed.
It's for the sake of the game.
Oh, well.
Byakuya Togami is important to you, is he not? Then allow me.
Very much so.
See, you'll still make it if you go now.
The kid's feeling his face. His sprites in-game have it too, which is pretty funny.
What was that? Oh, it was Pepper.
Don't get your blood on my glasses. I'm the Cinderella of the Slaughter Flower Garden.
Pepper triggers Genocide Jack. I think that happened in Danganronpa 1 too.
I was just a sneezing, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no, she's dead! Or not.
Oh no, his legs again.
What was that?
You lanky, wavy-haired bastard!
All
Winky.
right. Even though you two share knowledge, you don't share memories, correct? So then, you have no idea who the real enemy is. An honest mistake, I suppose.
Idiot! It's no mistake. What I share with her isn't just knowledge. She and I
Nagita
also
sounds like a
share
Kechi.
emotions. If we didn't, there's no way we'd both love Master.
Oh, okay, cool. I see what's going on here. Yeah, this scene is one of the better ones for Toko's character. Toko's character is one of the strong points of the game. I think what they're implying here is that after their journey, Komaru and Toko have built up a good enough relationship. So much so that even when she switches personality and she loses all the memories, Genocide Jack still recognizes that. And that's why she sliced up our servant here instead of, Toko.
And my emotions are telling me this. To kill you and let Dekomaru escape. And you're something of a pretty boy yourself, so I can kill you as I like. No remorse.
Oh, true. She only kills the pretty boys. Yeah. Well,
So you've decided to stop taking advantage of Komaru Nai?
Toko is...
Is that
Toko only
friendship?
likes men with makeup.
To travel the harsher path for the sake of protecting your friend. Such beautiful friendship. I truly think
Nagita's
it's
such a weirdo.
splendid thing.
I love him.
But
Me
I like
too.
how he's saying all this with the
you're
drawings
an
on his
aberrant
face
who has
too.
no problem taking lives to satiate your own lusts.
Can't take him seriously.
It makes everything
For
even
someone
better.
that can say things like friendship or friends. Do you not find it strange? Or even shameful?
I can't breathe. Friendship.
One thing that I did enjoy about Toko's character was her laugh.
Obviously friggin' not. How you calling my friend?
It's a good laugh.
No, you're my friend. What are you doing?
Oh god, Komaru.
No, I won't. I mean, you made a promise with Byakuya, right?
Go
You
away,
said you
Komaru.
won't
Please,
kill
just
anyone anymore.
go away.
You promised
Nobody
you
Well,
would
I mean,
be an
Komaru's
official
saving
member of
Nagito
Future
right now,
Foundation.
so...
That's why you just can't.
If
I
it
never
means
thought
improving Toko's character, I would allow Nagito to die again.
Yo! She said it! She said it!
Damn! Oh my god!
I never thought I'd see the day where Kiwi would allow Nagito to die for another character. My god. The one character she's simp for this entire time. Damn.
I mean, I can sim for the dead.
I mean, in the famous words of ancient Kiwi, necrophilia.
God. I don't know if anybody in chat here, if anybody in chat here has been with us ever since those days, but man, that's a throwback.
Necrophilia is cool.
You're just a little strange, that's all. And even so,
Thanks.
you are important to me. You and I are friends now, no matter what happens. You're a precious friend and I won't let you do this!
You know,
Shut up,
you're
Komaru.
probably
Please just go
wasting
away.
your time. I mean, after all, she knows she needs to kill me. Byakuya's life is in danger as long as I am alive. If she breaks the promise we made and lets you escape...
I'll stay. If that's how it is. If I stay in the city and go with her, then it's fine, right?
Well, yeah. But you gotta go save Byakuya
You're
first.
talking about? You were crying and whining about escaping earlier, remember? Now what? You change your mind?
I still want to escape. I'm still scared. Even now, but you feel the same way, don't you? You were scared too, but you tried to help me escape. And hid how afraid you really were inside, didn't you? There's no way
What a
I can run
dumbass.
now, leaving you behind!
Please just leave.
As
I like that you say
You
SDR2
just don't get it.
foreshadowing. Like this game didn't come out after.
I betrayed you, you know?
I get what you're saying, but it's
No,
hard to
no, you
foreshadow
didn't.
something that's already
And you're
happened.
suffering from guilt, aren't you? If you're hurting, you can tell me.
It does take
unreliable,
place before, but the game
Normal
came out
girl who
after.
can't do anything.
It's deep. I agree, Wins. I'm also 14, by the way.
I can at least do normal things, right? It's normal for a friend to help a friend.
I'm 6, so it's fine.
I'll
Oh, I did
stay.
like
No
this
matter how much you
mental
say
age
no,
test on
I will
Twitter, and
definitely
apparently
stay
I'm
with you,
35.
alright? I've decided.
You're 35 in Twitter years, which is like 12.
No, mentally I'm apparently 35.
No, you're not.
35-year-old Twitter user, which is a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Man, so annoying. All that lip service talk that I hate, so damn irritating. Anybody can just say something. In that case, I'm a great detective, an astronaut, a
That's
reporter,
Komaru's
and a
character in a
terrorist
nutshell.
super beauty. And besides, you have absolutely no idea what I'm really like.
What do you mean?
There's no way I'd say no. Huh? Rather... Thanks.
Toko!
Oh, and she switches back.
Oh. So, about what just happened?
No blush mark.
It's alright. I kind of figured out what was happening. Huh? Really? Friend? The last time I was called that
Oh.
was in a dream I had in grade school.
Oh no, Toko.
Well, you're actually one of many friends that I have, so you don't have to take it that seriously.
That's
Yeah.
relatable.
Screw you, Nagito. You don't have any friends.
Well,
Kidding.
guess it turned out
So
all
not
right.
funny.
I hate that the paint is
Huh.
clipping when he opens his mouth.
Okay. That was a really good scene for Toko. I think if you redo Komaru's character and have this be a
If you
little bit
delete
earlier.
Komaru's character,
No, you don't have to delete her.
just
Like
put
I
Hajime.
understand your opinions about Komaru. I think they needed to redo her introduction to make us like
Excuse me,
her more.
Kamara's character would be fine if she actually developed at the same progress as Toko throughout the game.
Yeah, exactly. And if we had this cutscene in a much earlier part of the game, that would get us to like really understand Komaru's character and be on board with liking her. I think I would have been able to finish the game much easier, right? This is
I feel like
I don't
we could have this cutscene at the same place if you had more development for Komaru along the way, because you wouldn't be so
Yeah.
desperate for
yeah,
it,
true.
and then that would leave the impact for the scene here in the kind of climactic moments of the game.
That as well. Because I'm just saying this cutscene because we haven't seen any other cutscene like this that actually would help. But yeah, if you add in a cutscene that helps raise her
That's my
character
problem
up,
with her too. I hate that her character keeps resetting the whole game. Komaru
hate
keeps
that her-
resetting, and that drives me nuts. It's
I
like a
hate that
status quo reset without the status quo reset, which is one of my biggest pet peeves in writing.
I also hate that she whines and whines and whines.
well, yeah, I mean, we know this, Kiwi, but yeah, I get what you're saying, right? It becomes annoying, and we think of her as an annoying character because she doesn't develop in a realistic way. She kind of just stagnates and makes really, really
agree
bad
with this. I think-
decisions.
Komaru's not the main fault I have with this game. She's just one of many. But fixing Komaru's character would make a lot of these moments feel better.
It would
Mhm.
it would
Yeah,
be
certainly.
it would be bearable to watch through this. Bearable.
But
You
yeah,
ignore the
we'll talk.
kids and you just fix Komaru.
We'll talk more about it later.
Mhm.
Well, personally, it's for the sake of...
Wait. Oh, what was that? This like a different version of the cutscene?
Yeah, I don't know
Friends,
the
friends
Oh, it's
reprise.
reprise.
What is a reprise?
I don't know why. Yeah, what could change it?
What
Byakuya
changes?
Togami is important to you, is he not? Then allow me to lend a hand. See, you'll
Oh,
still
Nagito doesn't have the.
make it if you go now.
I agree, Linz. I feel like the Danganronpa 3 anime also has a lot of flaws. I feel like the overall presentation is more digestible, which makes it better. And I feel like the things that I enjoy about the Danganronpa 3 anime, I enjoy more than the things I
Don't get
enjoy
your
in
blood on my
Ultra Despair Girls. I don't know.
Cinderella of the Flutterflower Garden.
Is this the bad? There was a bad ending. Apart from just getting a game over. Right. I mean,
Shut the hell up, you lanky, wavy-haired bastard!
All right. Even though you two share knowledge, you don't share memories, correct?
I thought
So
she was
then,
gonna end up slicing
you have no
Komaru
idea
there.
who the real enemy is.
I was hoping that she
An honest
was.
mistake, I suppose.
Idiot! It's no mistake. What I share with her isn't just knowledge. It's my deepest, darkest secret. It's my 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 secret. She and I also share emotions. You
Oh, you're
think
right.
There's no way we
Weird.
both love Master. And my
I don't know why
Huh.
they made another version without the
to kill you.
drawings.
It's
Is there
for
something you
such
could do
as
earlier in the game to
myself.
get rid of it? I don't know.
Is that it? It's just he does no makeup on his face this time?
He looks so handsome.
Yeah, no, literally everything plays out exactly the same. It's just he doesn't have the makeup. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Saves us some time, I guess. Ooh, skipperoo. Skip to the loo. There we go.
Everybody likes Nagito.
Do you guys think she would be better in a mainline game?
I think the game as a whole would be
Komaru's-
better in the main format. Just because
Yeah.
I think Kodaka's writing is better in that format. But
Mhm. I
Uh,
think one of the problems with the gameplay was the mixture of gameplay. You took a third-person shooter and mixed it with a visual novel. One of them, the third-person shooter, is something that you want to get your players immersed in with like your gunplay and then just the thrill of it. But then you constantly keep interrupting that experience with a visual novel. It's just so jarring that none of it
the
really
thing with, like,
makes
a
any
first-person shooter or even
sense.
like an action game, it takes time to kind of build up that adrenaline and get the gameplay, like getting into it, and it's faster paced. You're diving into the gameplay only to then be ripped out of it constantly into dialogue cutscenes. I don't know.
For me, I kind of wish that this was like a game where Komaru comes into a place where there is a bunch of murder and she has to find the murderer. That's what I wished for UDG to be like, where she has Toko who already experienced the killing game and knows kind of how it works, kind of helping Komaru find out who the killers are and thus getting her right to get out of the killing game, right? That's what I wished for UDG was. Because I would
Yeah.
enjoy that much more. And I think it would be much more fun and much more forgiving for how characterless Komaru is. But that didn't happen. And now we have UDG.
See, it's funny. I actually like Side Despair. I did not like Future Arc. I'm the opposite.
Look,
I feel like both had pros and cons, but there was very little I enjoyed about Future Arc, so
I just think that if they had made this game purely like a third-person shooter where you get to mow down a bunch of Monokumas and this was Komaru's
Mhm.
character, I'd be fine with it,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
If they had focused on that, made the systems a little better, made the camera just backed it up a little bit so that people actually see what they're shooting at, yeah, it could have been
Again,
good.
once I
have been a
disagree.
fun
I
side-off game.
liked some of the things that Despair did for some of the characters from 2. We'll have to talk about it once we get into the anime.
Yeah.
No, Ginger, next week, I mean, I don't know when it will come out, but
Well-
we are planning to start watching the anime.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're playing V3.
We're
Mhm.
gonna try and pre-record a bunch of reactions to the anime so we can get that all recorded as fast as we can. I don't know how many
Mhm.
weeks it'll take us, but once we finish recording, then we'll start up B3.
Those will be full-length reactions, so you guys are gonna have to open up your own copy of the episode and sync it up with our copy, which will happen at the end of my
I
countdown.
thought you were gonna
This
give
is
your whole
for-
spiel.
Yeah, this is for those of you who haven't ever watched any of our anime reactions. That's how we do
Mhm.
things to avoid any copyright. Of course,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you guys on our $5 tier and above Patreon, you guys will get the episode as soon as they come up. So if you want to see them early, then check it out. All right, let's
Damn,
continue
Zero was reading
then.
that off of his script.
Right, and then we just leave.
That's it. Just a little longer. Just a little longer, and that
He's such a
light of
creep.
hope will sway
I love
the
him so
despair of
much.
This place. I can't wait.
Yeah, we could probably do that.
Boom. Ah,
And I do have
okay.
a lot to talk about for the Danganronpa 3 anime also.
Ooh, Nagisa. I feel like the talking streams are usually one of our most popular ones. Even though we don't do them very much, but we do like discussing about things that we're passionate about. Just like that, which is why we made this channel as an anime reaction channel, so that we could talk about anime.
We like discussing a lot.
And like about video games or tough topics that video games throw at us, just like the Nier series did, which we might bring an example of later. But yeah.
So upset over something like this.
Oh, no worries, Naruto. I understand.
You really are a child.
Just thank you for being here.
Yeah. For sure.
The Warriors of Hope expect Nagisa back again, so Nagisa joins their side. I see. I mean, he's a kid. I understand.
You can't really spoil us too bad at this point, since we're just sitting there.
I want to be spoiled, yes, because we're not gonna be playing this game.
And there's a lot of things that, like, kind of little bits of context that get missed. So
Yeah. But like, if it's something that's about to happen in a future cutscene, don't talk about it yet. But if there's anything in between, yeah, let me know.
And if you accidentally say something slightly premature, it's not that big a deal.
It's fine.
I try not to.
For this one stream. Obviously not for when we get to V3.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Monokuma's ambushed us.
Oh
Please,
no.
please help us.
Is this happening again?
If this keeps up, the secret base is gonna be totally wiped out.
Looks like there's no time to waste.
I don't think it's a secret base if it's been raided twice.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay. Just
That cutscene by itself is beautiful.
right, just out of context. That was amazing.
Straight to the point, yes.
I said I'd lend you a hand, not be your stepladder.
Oh no, stepladder, what are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing?
Pre-watched.
Heroes
Pre-watched.
confirmed.
No, I don't want to be that guy. That guy gives me bad vibes. I feel like it's not
He's a
good.
bad
Not
vibe.
good to be that character.
Ouchies.
Please listen up!
Komaru's giving
no.
us motivational speech?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
exactly what she's doing.
I hate
Are they gonna play the-
it.
Oh, they didn't play the entire speech. Oh, damn. I wanted to see how cringy that was.
It's cringy. Don't, you're not missing much. It's pretty much what you would anticipate. Yeah, Komaru's pep talk would be.
Be careful. If you touch the lasers, the alarm goes off.
You should have said that
Well, the alarm
Don't
just literally
touch
just went
the
off. What?
lasers.
earlier!
Yeah, she pretty much tells you to fight. That's the gist of it.
Oh, now there's a bunch of Shirokumas.
I think they're metal Kumas, but yeah.
Oh, they're... So wait, them being metal means that they're now more resistant to our electromagnetic gun? Is that what they're trying to imply?
I don't remember.
This looks like execution animation. Is that a... What is that?
That's beautiful. I forgot about that. I love that.
Big Bang Monokuma? So that's what they meant? It's just a really big
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, because Haiji, his family were the ones who like made owned the company that made all the tech on the island, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's his ultimate weapon they've created. That's how they're gonna
Haiji's
get
just
the kids.
fight fire with fire. Literal
Pretty
bigger
much.
Monokuma, because I have more money.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
Hannibal X.
Extra thick, yeah.
What the hell happened?
Oh, oh, it's this guy.
He's Nagisa.
Sage Robot Hannibal X. Ah, Nagisa. Does Nagisa still have a crush on Monica?
Shit. This is bad.
Yeah, we do not see this the scene where Komaru speaks to ghosts.
Wait, what?
This
So
is the
they
most
watch
random thing
Komaru
ever
can
introduced into Danganronpa lore. Yeah, there's literally a ghost element that she talks with. But
Huh? Wait, have we ever seen that in any other? No, we haven't. Because there wasn't any ghosts in 1 or 2, right?
Look, it's referencing Raincoat.
What?
Oh.
No.
It's foreshadowing to Raincoat. Ah, that makes
Yeah.
so much sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
Mm.
Yeah. I can find it.
not anyone who gets in the way of paradise. I'll defeat each and every one of them. So please, give me high expectations. Expect more of me. More. Please expect the best from me.
You want us to put high expectations on you? That's a new one.
Yeah, I'll dump it in Discord.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nagisa. It don't look too good for you. Yeah, this is the end, bro. Oh, dude, you might want to move. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Poor Nagisa.
Damn. After Nagisa dies, Haiji says, I guess you didn't expect that. Oh, it's a YouTube video. You could quickly go and watch that. Wait, what did you...
Hey, man.
Cerby sent the picture. Let's see.
Yeah.
If you can get the video, that might be better.
Yeah.
Wait. Where is it? Skip to here. Okay, browser. Back. There we go.
Out of the bag. Yeah, you do it. Hurry up and do it already.
Don't rush me.
What is going on here?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't remember the context.
Oh no, it's a loading.
She's giving birth.
No. The
What was that?
We don't need it anymore, right? Just
The severed head of Haiji's dad? Oh my god.
No, I can't. I'll get divine punishment.
You'll already get divine punishment for
sends me
carrying a
ghosts.
head
That's
in a
enough of your
white
occult
handbag.
stories. Divine punishment is a fiction the living created. The dead have no power.
So this is the setup for the
Might be
ghost
true,
to show up.
Miss.
Toko, did you say something?
Oh yeah, that
I
sounded
feel
very
like-
much like Toko.
I feel like this is just a random
For some
like
reason,
thing that they threw in just for the
Thought
sake
I
of a
heard
joke.
voice.
Yeah.
I think that if we were able to talk to ghosts, Danganronpa would be a much easier game to play.
I was just telling you to stop with that stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking, if it ever comes back again and it shows up in one execution in E3.
Oh, there we go.
Wow. Her face.
That face though.
Yeah.
What?
That was a
What
JoJo's
happened?
reference.
What are you shouting about all of a
More
sudden?
DPS.
Ghost! The ghost of a severed head!
I told
I mean,
you.
ghosts are
now's
canon
not
in the
time
JoJo
for fooling
universe, so-
around. I'm
Yeah, it is a
serious.
JoJo's reference.
Miss, you're horrible.
Oh my god, he's being possessed.
I am sorry. I was surprised. I dropped it on accident. I didn't mean to. Huh? I'm really sorry. I apologize. Please, don't curse me.
Curse you. There's no way I'd do
Set
something
up
so low.
her and Hagakure should get together. They'd be perfect for each
I
other.
just want you
Yeah, both of them are incredibly stupid. I mean, I think that would be kind of an insult to Hagakure because Hagakure at least has some
Kamaru, get a hold of
personality.
yourself.
No, it'd be
You're
great though because he's
hallucinating.
afraid of ghosts.
My name is Tokuichi Toa. I was the chairman of Toa Group in the past.
Right, wait,
I
what's
know.
going on here?
You're Mr. Haiji's father, right?
I see. You know Haiji. Then do you know his little sister?
Monica's his little sister?
Oh yeah. I didn't know if they showed it in the cutscene. Yeah.
Little sister.
Good thing we watched this. Because what the facts?
Monica is a mage. And when I attended elementary school, I was called the Little Ultimate Homeroom.
Why did we have to flash back to that? What?
That kid and Mr.
Oh,
Haiji
it's just to
were
remind
friends?
you who the kid is, yeah.
So you do know about Monica. In that case, I can get right to the point.
This is Sprite.
I beg you, no matter what,
Yeah, right.
using
He
any
wins.
means necessary,
Me too.
stop Monica from going out of control. If you let her do this, the name of Toa will be finished.
That's what
I
he's worried
mean-
about.
I think it's too late
This
for
is
that.
bad. Kamaru's chatting up an illusion.
Yeah, I can't. I don't
bring her
know where
back
it
to her
explains
senses.
anything anymore. But that's
The
basically the
ungrateful child.
explanation of where all the
She
Monica
forgets
comes
she
from.
is
Is
in my
Monica's using the
debt
Toa
for taking
factories.
her in, and revolts against me.
So she's able to produce them herself
Taking her in.
because she's part of this
That
family?
mother was my mistress,
Yeah, thank you, Nerdo.
but that bitch
Yeah.
abandoned her responsibility
But that
and forced
He said
Monica
the
on
B
me when she
word.
was a
Whoa.
baby.
he said the B word.
How could he? In this M-rated game, how could he say that?
Yeah, he's so
Her mother
naughty.
wasn't going to raise her. I wouldn't have tolerated the pregnancy at all.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
what
a
a
good guy.
bitch.
That's horrible.
I even let her stay in our home and raised her. I could have
Huh?
easily left her in an orphanage,
You know, now I know why Monica's the way that she is.
but that child made me end up like this. She killed her own father.
Deserved, in my opinion.
It's all that woman's fault. She's the one who made Monica insane.
Like, okay, like, I talk a lot about how, like, I don't like the kids. But even I realize, right? The only reason they are the way that they are is because of adults who mismanage them, who completely mistreated them. And thus, this is just the product of their life experiences, right?
Mhm. To an extent, yeah.
I knew something was wrong the moment I noticed Monica growing more rebellious.
Wait, that woman.
Even thinking about her horrifies me.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Please stop
This just made Toko's character so much better. I wonder what they said in the JV dub.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Looks like you're back to your senses.
That feels like it needs
There's
to be a
no way
soundbite.
that stupid chant would work on a real ghost. You were dreaming it. Dreaming? But he told me a lot of things.
Wait a minute.
About the Toa family. Oh, it was all just a delusion.
Ah, I see. Yeah, yeah. It's just a one-off
Really?
joke that they're gonna sweep under the rug here.
Delusion? Look, you're tired. Dream about stuff when you're in bed after this is all over.
We don't want to hear that from you,
I
Toko.
still don't get it, but... Okay.
Hey guys, if you'd
Hey guys, if you like to come and support us on our Patreon. But yeah, thank you R3D Gaming for clipping that. That was really funny. And thanks, Wins, for sending it. All right. Wait. No, this is the 11-hour one. Oh no, no. All right. Yay! Yay! Oh my god!
It's like King Frost, but instead it's King Monokuma.
Yeah, it does have King Frost vibes.
Oh, they're trying to tackle him?
I kind of wish that the Big Bang Monokuma was like themed after Monami.
Oh, imagine it's just like, yeah, everything that she had to deal with in Danganronpa 2 is just reversed now. Oh wait, no, but then it's not reversed. It's reversed from Monokuma's side. He's getting revenge for getting beat up by a giant Monami and UDG. That's perfect.
That's why I wish that it was kind of like Monami themed.
Yeah, but it would have made sense lore-wise. Well, whatever lore this game has. Komaru's speech made the adults bloodthirsty. Then it did its job. I'm sure that this will end well.
Oh yeah.
Adults versus children. I wonder what's there about that.
Not to mention that many of those adults, those are their children.
That's why we need more condoms.
Imagine if UDG was just one big condom ad.
You know, I would like it more, honestly.
Oh wait, that chapter is literally called Attack on Monokuma, bruh. Hello, goodbye.
I'm gonna... Nope. Am I on the wrong channel? I can't mod. What's going on?
Going already? But this is where the fun starts.
For real though! The real deal
No.
starts now!
Oh my god, did he literally just say for real?
Your dreams, so now you can start wearing her underwear whenever you want! That example was pretty clever! Let's put that shit on a calendar!
God. Haiji's speech.
Mr. Haiji, we're all here, sir.
Good. Thank you. Everyone, hear me out.
No.
Good speech.
Adults fight back.
It's basically more of, yeah, fuck them kids, let's kill them all.
Cerby, please watch what you're saying.
Yeah, I like the way that the video cutscenes like cut out the actual speech so we can kind of just make up whatever we want for it.
Huh? Wait. Wait. Wait a minute. So you sitting in that wheelchair was just for like sympathy from others?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Oh my
the only actual
God.
like reason you can take from that, and nothing else is like the reason as to why she was sitting in the chair. It's like a completely useless plot point.
Yeah,
I
she used
mean-
it, to manipulate the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it.
I wouldn't say useless, but it just
It's
goes
very
to show
useless.
you how far she would go to manipulate people. This reminds me of that one Twitch streamer who was like disabled and stuff, and then he made his entire Twitch channel about it and like donating to like wheelchair foundations and stuff. And then he had the stream on accidentally, and then he just got up out of his wheelchair and walked away.
Oh yeah, I
No.
saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed.
Right?
That's so nasty.
Literally the same thing, dude.
Good morning! Good morning!
Oh, okay.
Come on, Angie.
Eh. I think she had to do that to gain sympathy for the family too. We learned from that one cutscene with the dad's ghost, right? That she was the daughter of one of his mistresses, essentially, and like he was wasn't the nicest person. He was literally talking about how he allowed her to stay at his house, right?
Both
so-
the father and Heiji kind of mistreated her.
So she became an attention seeker and developed all of these different ways to manipulate people in order to make sure
Yeah,
that
you
she
know-
could stay in that house, right?
You know, there is like this one person who was on the Dr. Phil show as well, where she made herself purposely blind because she was identifying herself as a blind person. That I know about. She faked the disability until it became true.
Fake it till you make it. Well, usually that's not what people mean when they say that, but do you, boo? Live your best life.
Hell yeah! Leave it to me!
Oh god. What is this music? Okay, what are we... Yeah? Oh god, it's moving, it's growing!
I mean, music in UDG is at least good.
I'll talk about the music in length afterwards. Oh my god, I have so much to say. Mage Robot Black Suspirian. Derek Suspirian. I bet you this is like one of the most epic boss fights in all video games ever.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
It's as epic as the ending fight of Nier. Even more epic.
She's still smiling.
She's a psychopath.
Good riddance, honestly. I didn't know you for very long, but you were extremely annoying.
What was a good riddance then? What does good riddance mean?
Thank God that you're gone.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell does good riddance mean? It sounds so positive.
It sounds
What?
so positive? In what way? Clearly,
Because
we've
it's
all mastered
good.
the English language here on this channel. It's as epic as the last fight in Metal Gear Solid 4.
I don't get that.
I don't remember what that fight was. I think... Was it the fight between the two brothers? Just as to not spoil anything too much, but... I think I know what we're talking about. Maybe. This is just different
I guess-
versions of the same cutscene.
I guess that the adults are thinking like, oh yeah, if we kill our children, we can just make more. Doesn't matter.
Kiwi, shut up. God damn it. You guys...
I'm sorry.
So... YouTube, this is in context of a game. Please don't demonetize us. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's a bold claim to think that we could monetize UDG anyways.
I'm not just talking about UDG, I'm just talking about the channel in general because the guidelines and stuff, you know. But yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about that one fight though, Nerdo, compared to what this probably was because that fight had a lot of emotion behind it and several years of gameplay, I suppose. This one, I don't know if we'd be that emotionally invested in it. Of course, I didn't play it, so I'll never know. But yeah.
I wasn't.
Wait, she's still here?
Sure is.
Oh, you're also still here.
Yeah, we saved her, remember?
Just say Minecraft at the end. Oh yeah. Quick, Kiwi, say it.
In Minecraft.
Huh.
I don't think it shows any more than that.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that was the parents.
It was her mommy and
Yeah.
puppy.
What was that?
Just Togo being Togo.
Outsiders have no business interrupting us.
I'm not an outsider. We're friends.
Aww.
Stop shouting nonsense. Just hand that over.
No, I won't give it to you. I need to protect this controller. I need to for Kamaru's sake.
What are you talking about?
Wait, what's going on here?
I think they're... I'm trying to remember.
I'm pretty
They're
sure.
trying
Oh, okay, music.
Yeah, they're trying to set the kids free.
I see. Okay.
Or not.
Okay.
Kill
Okay.
her free.
Okay, gotcha.
She was going to destroy it.
That's not how she really feels. I'm sure she's actually thinking that she does want to do it.
How the hell could you possibly know that?
I don't know how. I just know.
I've been told you weren't the type to interfere. That's why I chose you to take on the role of escort. But it appears that the information Mr. Servant provided was false. So, how about
Excuse?
this?
Huh? What?
She just pulled that out her ass cheek.
What did I just see? Okay, yeah, we're just gonna ignore that.
I think that's for the
That's
better.
right! It's the key to the room where Mr. Byakuya Togami is locked inside! Say, you want to trade this key for that controller? If you do, you can go home with Mr. Byakuya Togami!
You're telling me to choose between Kamaru and Master?
So,
Now it's your turn to make
I
a choice.
just I didn't see anything.
Fine then. Hand over Master's key.
knew you'd do it. Now, why don't you just hand me that controller?
No, not gonna happen.
Huh?
Because I'm taking Kamaru home with me as well.
What are you saying?
Toko's a
You gotta make
greedy
choice,
gal.
That's the rules.
Who cares about your damn rules? You want me to make a
Rule da
choice?
rule.
There's no way I could ever make that choice. I wouldn't choose one and leave the other behind. Both are important to me. So I'll definitely protect both.
What the heck? That's just unreasonable.
Enough already. Just hand over that controller.
Oh, what the hell,
Crush
dude?
it.
I'll never hand it over.
Do you want me to hurt you even more?
Hurt them
What?
means nothing to me. I'm sure you don't understand since you have plenty of disposable friends, but
Yeah, my takeaway is their entire
I only
family
made a
are
friend in
awful.
Kamaru, and I'm not going to hurt my friends,
Not a single
so
one of them has
I'll
any
never
redeeming
hand it
quality.
over.
Shut up! In order to keep the kids under control and end this nightmare, this is the only way!
No!
Oh,
You're the ones who are out of control! Ow!
Let go!
I won't let go! Hey, what are you guys doing?
what is wrong with this family?
Huh?
Oh, here's the Big Bang one.
Why is it moving?
Yeah,
Is
it kind of
she-
looks like the final room in
The only ones who
your
can control Big Bang
replicate.
Monochrome are
Oh,
you.
yeah, it actually kind of
You're the
does.
ones who programmed it that way.
How?
That's a chonky arm.
What are you doing? Jeez, come on!
Was Toko the main character this entire time?
Yes.
Pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. We don't even need Kamaru. This can just be a Toko's journey to discover herself.
Could it be what? Your death? Yeah. Versus Big Bang Monokuma. Okay, the final fight. Gotcha. But yeah, Toko had some really good lines there. She was just, that was like main character status right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
worst character. The worst character. The worst. The
This
worst.
is Kamaru's turn up moment, isn't it? Just like every other Danganronpa protagonist, where they have that moment where it flips switches in them and then they just become like the embodiment of hope. This is her, right? Yeah.
I mean, she's had
Okay.
it like once or twice already, but yeah. Like I said, her
I'll talk
character
about it
keeps
later.
resetting.
Yeah. I feel like even if I had played the game up to this point, when I saw this, I don't think I'd be emotionally invested enough to care. I'd probably just be sitting there praising Toko the entire time, is my estimate.
I mean, that's the correct thing to do.
Kamaru and I are not alone. As long as there are friends who help each
I don't know
other,
what scene
there's
you're
no
referring
need
to,
despair
Silver,
at
so
all.
probably not.
This is so anime. And Toko is saying it. That means that she is the main character. There you go.
I found it. I finally found hope. A hope to call my own. Right, Kamaru?
Yeah, me too!
Yeah, me too. Oh. No! We got cocked! Alright, here we go. It's a separate cutscene. Why?
Them separate.
Is there like 2 different outcomes here?
I don't remember. You're a weeb, Silver. I expect no less. There's a boss battle in between.
Oh, I see. That doesn't make sense in the cutscene, though.
No, it doesn't.
Like, at all.
Because that makes sense. No, it doesn't actually.
That feels like near Automata anime levels of like just inconsistency with where characters are in the story. But yeah. Oh, there goes Shirokuma.
Yeah, I think we missed a scene somewhere with him, but I'll wait just to make sure.
Was it the scene where he was like, "I'm gonna kill you"?
You know, I just can't remember where everything plays out. It's been a while, and I was never super invested.
I mean, this game probably isn't very memorable for you.
It's not one I try to think about a lot, no.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, there's really no point worrying about it now. More importantly, we need to save Master and get out of here right away.
I don't know which character you've been referring to, Silver. You mean Komaru?
I think he means his pink-haired child.
Oh, the small. Okay, I don't know.
We don't even know who Silver agreed with.
I know. Forever a mystery. Come on,
And she survives this ordeal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
you're
yeah.
awake? You were lucky.
Oh my god.
You would surely have perished
Of course
if
it's
I
because
wasn't
of
there
you.
to save you.
He's so kind.
I changed my mind.
Saving
and
a
decided to
child?
stay in this town a while longer.
Such a
And
kind
while I'm
man.
here, I figured I should see this through to the very end.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, you mean why I saved you? Because I'm the same as you. I'm disappointed with endings that waver between despair and hope. I wish a real war had started, if it did.
Okay. This, yeah. This is the making of a good cutscene. You can tell. Just from, like, the shot composition here, the music, 2 characters who are really, really messed up. This is, the workings of a great scene.
I know a brilliant hope would have been born. That is why I allowed myself to be captured after all.
So you did it on purpose?
But you aren't finished yet, right? Nothing has really changed since you began. So I need you to continue working hard, so that a splendid hope may be born. You have tasted the bitter despair of having your meticulous plan fall apart around you. So I know you can do it.
Really? Which side are you on?
Does it even matter? Anyway, why don't you be the successor for now? If that is your intention, I will lend you a hand. If my schedule allows it, of course.
No,
There is
huh?
somewhere I need to be later.
What do you mean?
I shall raise you to be her copy. One even more realistic than the real one. Someone like me, who
Junko?
hates and loves her more than anyone else. I should be able to make you more like her than even she herself was.
You want to make another Junko? It is gross, I agree.
Are they still at it with that
Oh my
successor
God.
or whatever?
You're talking too loud. They'll hear you.
They can hear all they fucking want. A bunch of chumps teaming up together makes them suck even more.
Well, when you think about it, the plan was was flawed from the beginning. Trying to create a successor while the original still exists?
I know this was kinda my idea, but kids sure are stupid idiots.
Well,
Not
yeah,
just the
duh.
kids, the adults are idiots too.
True.
Just by causing a little unrest, just pushing them a teeny bit, I had them spinning around in the palms of my hands.
Despite how you look, you sure are wicked inside. Even if the outside's white, the inside's pitch black. You a rice ball or something?
I may be wicked, but you are too. After all, we are.
No, not we. Maybe I.
You okay, Kiwi?
Yeah. I just burnt myself pretty badly.
What? No, Kiwi. Oh.
Or maybe it's me.
Well, they're pretty much the same. White despair, black hope. In the end, neither one. But I guess that works too. I mean, I didn't really give a damn about this town from the beginning. The fact that those guys will take an interest in this place will yield a much
It's
more
always
fruitful harvest.
Junko.
Hey, don't you think so?
There's no escaping her.
Personally, I think they did a pretty good job for a group of kids. Hey, don't you think so? Thanks to them, the preparations are nearly complete. Laying the foundations for the final match. It's so despairingly perfect. Hey, don't you...
Yes.
Oh, you're
Yes,
so
boy, thank you.
forceful. What? Am I being too noisy for you? I see. I didn't know you still felt these emotions. Or perhaps you're...
Oh, it's the boy. Yo. Yeah, this is pretty hype.
He had the Junko AI.
Yeah, he had it with him. And that's why he put it into the simulation for Danganronpa 2.
You're forcing yourself to feel something in a situation like this. Well, not that it matters. Anyway, I leave the rest to you. Though I'm sure the next time I see you, you'll be someone else entirely.
Yeah, literally.
I hope you can at least have a little fun. I hope the future's going to be one you can't predict.
Music is so good. If only the game was good.
The World Order is always hype. I love that track so much.
Oh, oh yeah, Byakuya. We completely forgot about it.
Toka leaves him to have her relationship with Komaru.
You were bawling about how you wanted to go home.
Oh, come on! I was not bawling! Don't make things up! Jeez!
Women. Wait, that's it? Oh, man. After V3, I do think you should play the Danganronpa Another fan series. It's really good. Of course, it doesn't have to be immediately after. I mean, I'll take that into consideration, definitely. Well, we'll see what our patrons think. I mean, unless if you guys plan to continue with the fan games immediately after. But I think we were going to just do like the main games.
I really don't know anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know nothing about fan games either. Never really looked into them.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll definitely keep my eye on it, though. If people want to see it, then we'll definitely play it. Can't wait for Danganronpa 2 to come out. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's hype, dude. Oh.
Credits,
okay,
my
yeah,
favorite.
I ain't playing that song. Alright, yeah.
Did you see the plot twist? Wait, there's something a little before then too. Go a little further back.
Further
further.
back?
Yeah, in here, kind of.
Somewhere
It's
in
at the
here?
end, very end of the credits.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
As her usual hairstyle?
Yeah. Junko
Okay.
Monica. That's what I was trying to point out.
Hey! I told you to wait! Aw, come on, Toki!
Oh my god. Come on, stop it.
This is me being.
Being. I thought we were gonna back the camera all the way out and we'd see like Batman just looking down on them. It's just like, yeah. This town doesn't need
So the
me
one
to
thing
save
that we
it.
didn't really get here is a little bit more of Monica's backstory. She's actually the one who designed the Monokuma robots. She's actually like super smart.
Well, she is part of that family, I guess.
I think she also helped make the Junko AI. I could be wrong there.
The Junko AI. Oh. That song fit as much as
And
SAO playing a
ultimately-
Destiny song. Let's see. The
And
boy.
as far as I remember, her relationship with her family, like her dad and her brother suck. Like they're horrible. But she still grew up relatively fine in a like extremely wealthy family.
Mhm.
And most of the things that she kind of dramatized as her like misfortune, things like her sitting in the wheelchair, that shit. Like her dad and brother were horrible.
Yeah.
Not nearly to the same degree as like the rest of the children.
Okay, well.
And she basically
mean-
saved their company, I think, too. If I
Oh.
remember right, because she's like really smart. So she designed a lot of the shit.
And did her brother and father not give her any credit for that?
Yeah, they hated her for it. All of it.
So
It's hinted in the
stupid, man.
factory that he might be a pedo. I wouldn't be surprised, but also his character just sucks all the way around.
Also, please don't say that word. Please. But yeah, I saw a few comments about it being like how he has a particular line where he says that he likes girls as young as possible.
Yeah, I remember when I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't credit her. Okay.
Yeah, I
see,
didn't think
see.
so. Mhm.
Oh, no worries, Naruto. It's just that Cerby and Kiwi need to filter themselves a little bit, especially around like tough topics like this. And
I'm
it's
sorry,
sad
I'm
that
tired.
I can't
mean,
be
that's
like
why I'm
completely honest.
silent.
I want to discuss it with you guys, but YouTube just has the systems that auto detect stuff like that. So yeah, just be a little careful.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't mean
All right. This game. I have so much to talk about. I think it would just end up being like a incoherent ramble. So I kind of want to structure it a little bit from like, I guess the basis of a game, and then we'll talk about like everything that surrounds it afterwards. So yeah, first, let's talk about the gameplay. We already talked about this a little bit during while we were watching all the cutscenes and stuff, but the gameplay is not good. No,
No.
the 3D shooter sections end up just being like an excuse to make you do things as you move from one visual novel scene to the next. I don't feel like it's important. I feel like I'm just maneuvering across a 3D space into another one. The gunplay is not good. I don't think they spent enough time getting that down, or maybe they just weren't experienced with it. Because, yeah, obviously they made visual novels, right? This was a new thing for them. And I'm not gonna fault a studio for like trying to do something new. I think there were like a lot of interesting concepts around it, like how there was a bunch of different ammo types, and like even some funny ones, like the dance one that you could use strategically in order to solve like different puzzles and stuff. Which, while the idea was there, the execution just kind of fell flat a little bit with how boring the puzzles were ultimately.
It's like I've always said about UDG. There's a lot of really good ideas. It's just all kind of not very jointed. That doesn't quite play well with itself.
Polished, yeah. Can you rejoin as well, Cerby? Discord's doing its thing again. Yeah. You can see where the game does well. It's very clear, and it's not something that you can deny. But it's just everything else that surrounds it kind of makes the good points.
I don't know if it plays better on the Vita rather than the Vita just didn't have very good gameplay. No, I know people like the Vita. I'm sorry.
Damn, sorry.
It's the usual Cerby comment.
Oh wait, one picture in credits before picture green hair girl picture? Let me go back and try to find that. Is it somewhere around here? Oh, probably at the very end. And just be where I continue so that we don't miss anything.
Wait, did you see Shirokuma betraying you? He was a bad guy all along.
Who would have thought? Oh, Komaru. Surely not.
Oh, we get to see Jotaro without his mask on here. What is... Hello? All the warriors of hope are all alive? Oh, is this what this picture is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it. I see. I thought that this was before the events happened and stuff. No, this is after. That's why they're all beat up and
That's
bruised.
why Jotaro doesn't have this mask.
Okay. Gotcha. But yeah, like, the gameplay, the camera is a little nauseating at first. It zoomed in way too close. I think that's one of the most common mistakes that developers make with these third-person shooters, is that they zoom in the camera too close to the character, and it makes it really hard to know where you are and where you're supposed to be aiming.
It also narrows your vision, so you can't see your enemy very well.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna design your map around like tight corridors and like enclosed spaces. That is not good. I want to be able to see things that are coming at me, not be tunnel visioned into a particular area, right? And then there was also like one of the last few scenes that we played where like the Monokumas jumped down after they killed, like, I think it was Chihiro's father, was it? We didn't even get his name, right?
Yeah. We got his name after he died.
After he died, but like in the cutscene, they came charging in, and then in the gameplay, they just kind of stood there. That disconnect between the gameplay and the cutscene is probably present in more scenes than that. Just like how you guys said in that one cutscene where it just randomly cut off in the middle of her shooting the bullet, there's a literal boss battle between then and that, which creates this huge disconnect between like, oh yeah, the cutscene is happening, but then it's not actually happening. That just is not good for you, the gaming experience, in my opinion.
I mean, it goes to show like games that do things like that really well. I think of like Spider-Man on the PS4. Like the transition between cutscene to gameplay is flawless and just completely seamless, and it's like it makes everything so smooth, so immersive, done so well. And then you flip to something like this, or it's the exact opposite. Granted,
Yeah.
this is older and on worse hardware, but like,
I don't think that they had an
You can still do it
understanding
better.
of the medium, or like, honestly, I don't know any other like third-person shooter that mixes visual novels elements with the third-person action.
I don't play visual novels or third-person shooters, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Maybe there is. If you guys know, then yeah, let us know. But I feel like it's a weird combination. One that would be very hard to get right. I think they should have just committed to one until like either or. But yeah, that's gameplay side. I don't like how they took control away from the player so often. It made me feel like I had no agency over the world, or maybe even feel less. Didn't made me feel like I couldn't like Komaru because I wasn't her. I was just maneuvering her sometimes, and then she was just making all the stupid decisions herself. I don't want to spoil, so I'm going to speak about it in broad terms. But a game like Nier makes us make the stupid decisions, right? We're the person responsible for them.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
It puts it all
And
in
that's
the player's
why-
hands.
That's why we're so emotionally invested when it all comes crumbling down, because we did that. Not the decision of the character that we were unable to, interact with or change. But it's because the player is the one who input that in. That is something that could have definitely helped us like Komaru's character more here. You can tell this is our first time with 3D mechanics. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm
it's,
usually willing to forgive some like jank, because I think if a game that I would say is comparable and just kind of jank is Zenki Zero. Zenki Zero has a
Zero.
lot of kind of gameplay jank, but overall the characters are entertaining, the story is interesting, and I'm willing to forgive a little bit of gameplay jank because the rest of it makes up for it, and I really enjoyed the game overall. And that was like that he worked under people like Kodaka, but that was his first like game that he took charge of on his own. And I think it's a great first game. I'm excited to see what more he does.
All right. Well, gameplay aside, next would be like stories and character. For me, these are very important to my enjoyment of a game. If I like characters within that story, even if the story's bad, an example would be Three Houses, right? Three Houses' story isn't amazing. It's very bare bones, but I absolutely love all of my students, and that's why I am able to spend like hundreds of hours playing the game, because I want to see them grow. I want to see what happens to them.
Awakening. Awakening story isn't super incredible, but the characters are great, and the gameplay is great.
Writing an opening chapter, well, I say opening chapter, it doesn't necessarily have to be an opening chapter. You don't need to make the player like that character immediately, but you do have to do it within a certain amount of time, or else they won't be invested enough anymore.
I am excited for you to start V3, because I'd say we're going from the Danganronpa game with the worst intro to the Danganronpa game with the best intro. So that'll be fun.
I love it when a story starts with a character that you would like normally dislike, and I think Zero knows what I mean, and you learn to like them as you watch that. I adore those types of stories. When I started rewatching UDG for the stream, I was kind of like hoping that Komaru is not as bad as I remembered her being, only to end up hating her more than I hated her the first time I watched this. So yeah,
we touched on it while we were watching the cutscenes, but I think the most infuriating part of Komaru isn't necessarily that she starts off being kind of whiny. It's that she keeps kind of like acting like she's changed and then immediately reverting back to being whiny. So it's like you can't really get excited for her character or her character growth because it never goes anywhere. And so then the moments where she does act all like empowered and badass, it feels shallow because she hasn't done anything to actually get there.
Exactly. Yeah, you just wouldn't care at that point anymore. It's like, yeah, Komara, do your thing. You're probably just gonna go back to being you again.
Stand out as much if you didn't have Toko right there next to her being the epitome of how to do it right. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, I was talking about this with you that like I don't know if Toko's character writing is just good or if literally every other character in the game that she's in is bad, which makes her look better. And ultimately, the thing that we came up with was that it was just kind of like a mix of both, which just made Toko's character really shine there.
I think Nagisa is the exact same way. We don't get to see as much of him in these cutscenes, but like his character development that you get to see, it's like it's good character development. Is he the most exciting character in the franchise? No. But when you compare him to the rest of the cast, it's like, oh yeah, he's interesting. I like him.
She should learn from her brother. Makoto is probably like the most meh kind of protagonist that I've seen in video games, but ultimately
like was like the perfect evolution for kind of Makoto's archetype, where you had kind of the average character, but he actually does develop, and you find kind of the depth in character the more into it you get, and he has enough personality to kind of stand on his own, whereas Makoto's just kind of vanilla from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Makoto is a protagonist of his time. Like, if you compare the 2007 animes to now, all of the, like, protagonists that would usually be in stories, like...
I disagree. There's still vanilla protagonists like protagonists back then.
Yeah,
but I think it's kind of that isekai, like, self-insert, which is what he's meant to be.
Yeah,
it's kind of that nothing self-insert character.
That's what I'm saying. When you compare him to like other visual novel protagonists of that time, he is pretty like he's got more personality than most of those protagonists. He's like a product of his time.
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's an era thing. Disagree. I think it's just he's a vanilla protagonist.
I think they were cautious with how their first like game was going to be.
Yeah, I agree, Vince. I think that's exactly it.
Makoto is supposed to be an audience insert, while future Danganronpa tags are a sub-version of that. Yeah, for sure. He's just a very safe choice as a first character.
Yeah, it's meant to be very vanilla, and it is. There's nothing bad per se about his character. He's just not very interesting. Whereas,
that's fine.
Like you said, all the future protagonists, like Hajime and the protagonist from V3, you get much more. Well, you start kind of with that vanilla protagonist, it subverts it and makes it more interesting the farther in you go.
For Komaru, though, I think they were trying to go for the same thing because they're like related or something. But like, you can't make me care about a character just based off the fact that they're related to another character, which is something that this game seems to believe is the case.
Well, I think the other problem is they actually did try to give her personality. It's just annoying and it doesn't go anywhere.
I can't see it, but maybe there was, like, if I go back and take a look at it, yeah, there might be some moments. I didn't see it. I just didn't.
Well,
never felt
like
the game trying to make me like
with her being kind of like, what's the way to describe her? Kind of optimistic, trying to look good on the world despite the fact that she's in a terrible situation. She's making jokes at her captor, like kind of quirky. But it doesn't go anywhere. It's not very interesting. It ends up whining most of the time. I don't know.
Thinking back on it,
Makoto,
I think
Makoto never really reacted to anything. He just kind of was there.
I think during like the first few streams, I was even talking about how like I don't really see how you find her that annoying, Kiwi. Because like, yeah, she's a teenage girl in a really bad situation and she's panicking and stuff like that. Yeah, I get that. I understand. I guess it just dragged on for too long, and it never went anywhere.
It keeps going. It never really ends up anywhere, and the few times it does change, it undoes it. So it's like, what is there for me with this character? I don't know.
Yeah. And well, Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, just kind of like bouncing off that with the other characters in the series. It's like characters that I think are really shallow and I just can't stand are characters like Heiji. Like, there's no depth to his character. His character is only there to be basically a dick. And that's what he is from start to finish. There's nothing to like with him. It's presented as if you're kind of supposed to be like the good guy, as he's like with the adults hiding and whatnot, but then there's nothing redeeming there either. You have the kids who I think aren't interesting characters, they just have interesting backstories.
I guess that's a good way to describe them.
But then you never really do anything with it.
Yeah,
and I say interesting not in like that they're tragic, obviously, but like the only thing to define their characters is what happened to them and not what they do, with the exception of Nagisa.
As but interesting backstories, but the backstories sometimes feel like they're just there for shock value instead of actually doing something plot.
That's what I mean. They don't do anything with them. Yeah. Their characters are solely just what happened to them. There's nothing to actually pull from.
I mean, you can write something with that, like
you can
actually making them develop outside of what happened.
Yeah.
Which is like a missed opportunity.
Like I said, the one exception is Nagisa, who like he is a smart character. You see that his whole like backstory. His parents mistreated him, forced him to like study 24/7, didn't give him like things he needs to live, like food and water, and just kind of forced him into this crappy situation. So it's like, so when you observe him, he's pretty skeptical of things, he's hesitant, but he's also smart and observant, and he ends up kind of figuring out, hey, you know, actually this kind of sucks. And he kind of gets manipulated around still a little bit, but his character does grow and he changes, and like that backstory kind of plays into a little bit of what you see of him do. I don't know.
And then you have Monica.
Yeah. And then there's Monica.
I think a character can have an interesting backstory, but the way a player connects to that character has to be during their time playing the game and interacting with them. It's hard to get an impression of a character from just, you know, oh, flashback this, flashback that, and then you're feeling strange about them.
Characters with really well written backstories. I think about just any One Piece character. Like Oda is the master of writing a flashback, because oftentimes it ends up like this, where it's just kind of a flat way to dump exposition. Whereas in One Piece, you meet a character, you're introduced to a character, you kind of see how the character acts and stuff, and then down the road, you're given their backstory, and you see a little bit of how their character developed into how they are, and then you jump back into the present, where you continue interacting with that character and see where the final result ends up, right?
If I had only seen Film Red, I would disagree with you, Cerby. So hard.
I haven't seen Film Red, so I can't. But that's also not Oda, so...
Well,
never mind.
There's still that part, right, where you get to interact. You get to interact with the character first, and then you grow to like them, and then you learn about their backstory. But here it was more just like
them. Like you learn
either way, you have an impression of that character. Yeah, you interacted with them. But here it was just like, oh yeah, here's the backstory. It's tragic, but also the characters are just doing their own thing. They're on the other side. You don't really get to interact with them. Also, they're kind of trying to hunt you down and stuff like that. So how am I supposed to like or sympathize with the kids if that's the position that they put me in, right? I find it difficult, and I think the plot being revolving around that kind of makes it hard to get people to sympathize with the kids, even though I do understand their situation ultimately. It's just difficult.
It's one of those things where it's like you feel bad for the tragic backstory that's given, but there's nothing to further endear you to the characters.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's characters and story. Honestly, the 3D models were pretty good. I like them. Like the design and
Visually, I don't
everything.
actually have much complaints. I feel like they put the most effort into the visuals and the music, and for a PSP game, both pretty much are about as good as they can be for that time.
Yeah.
For me, it's only funny that their noses move when they talk.
It's a funny little.
The 3D models look good.
Sometimes
the
their mouths
animations
make
are
a
a
funny
little
shape.
bit off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's understandable. They don't have to be perfect. It's not exactly like a modern game, anyways.
I still need to play S. I'd be excited if they do get development in S. That'd be fun.
That would be nice. Yeah.
The copy pasta background characters. Yeah.
Well.
At least there's a crowd on the Vita, on the PlayStation, like the handheld PlayStation consoles. Having a crowd at all is a rare commodity, so I give them credit for that.
I mean, I can understand
that's also why you have
when it
like
comes
the
to hardware
textureless adults
limitations
and stuff, because
Yeah.
that's mostly just a stylized take on a hardware limitation, which I always give props for. So
I mean, just look at Silent Hill. A little hardware limitation, make it into one of the scariest horror games ever because of fog and draw distance.
Silent Hill.
Well, that's why I feel like when you put a hardware limitation into a really creative artist and director's hands, they can create some really awesome things because you're kind of pushed to be creative when you're limited in what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes it just ends up flat with nothing because they're like, I couldn't do it because hardware. It's like, no, okay, you didn't try. But
you got to find a creative way to put that into your game somehow, right? Yeah, it was fine. It served its purpose. You did mention music though, and man.
I mean, one thing I like about UDG is its music.
Yeah.
Music can be incredible on its own, but even incredible music, when it's attached to a game that does not compute well, doesn't really support it well, or just gives a bad feeling to the player, I feel like it kind of sours that music. For me, at
I
least,
looked up
right?
his name because I couldn't remember. It's Masafumi Takada. Did I say that funny? Takada. He's the composer. I really like his work.
Yeah.
He does all the Danganronpa games.
Yeah, right? And the music in the other games was fantastic. But because it's attached to this game, and I have a negative impression of it, I don't remember the music tracks very well.
What do you mean? Like the... Okay, I'm sorry. That I disagree with, because I remember all of the UDG music tracks. And that's like the only good thing. That's like the only good thing I remember about UDG.
There's a couple of really iconic tracks from UDG that I can picture, but kind of the more generic music in between kind of just blends out for me because I just lost interest in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the intro theme, there's definitely some really iconic tracks in UDG that I do like.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you listen to them by themselves,
oh yeah,
they
definitely
would stand out a lot more.
They would. It's just that when my brain associates them with this game, I'd rather forget about it because I did not have a good experience with it. Because like
apparently he did music for No More Heroes too. I didn't know that.
When I have a good experience with a game and I really like some of the music, I literally go up and search like, oh yeah, what is the name of this track? And then I add it to my playlist, which is why I have all three of the final map themes for 3 houses in my playlist, and I can remember them by name.
Yeah.
But yeah, here it sadly wasn't the case, even though the music was great. I had no complaints about it. It was just what it was attached to.
Like a super like big OST head where I'm like, I know all the names of all the tracks of all the like and stuff. There's only really 2 games that I know track names for, and that's Kingdom Hearts and Splatoon. But
those are games that you like and you're passionate about. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I do know the name for New World Order, which is my favorite track from the series. That was my phone like ringtone for like the longest time.
I mean, I love that track. The only game tracks I know are from Danganronpa and Persona games.
Well, Persona is a completely different beast when it comes to OSTs. But yeah, It's good. It's just I'm gonna move on from them. Maybe if I ever hear
I mean,
them on
you
their
could say
own,
the same thing
I'll
about
add
like the
them,
3D models. The models are good. They're just it's hard to appreciate
Yeah,
that
right.
they are good because everything else is kind of less.
True.
Because they do something that a lot of games really struggle to, especially in this era, which was make 3D anime models look decent.
Yeah. It's fine though. Like I understand why. It was a it was a time period. But I also want to talk about like shock value and how this game kind of really overuses it.
Abuses it.
And
Pun intended.
never pays. No, Cerby, stop.
I don't make puns about that. It was Cerby who said it, not me.
Oh, that's why I said Cerby, stop it. What are you making it about you, Kiwi? God.
I just made nothing.
But yeah. So the game has obviously dark topics in it. And I'm not one to shy away from dark topics. Like, just look at our entire Nier Let's Play. I am, however, kind of turned away from it because every single time it does start one, it has to end it with some sort of cum joke. Just randomly. For no good reason. It's almost as if the game is... It's afraid that I will be discouraged away from the game, that I'm like not mature enough to talk about stuff like that, or like I don't have enough critical thinking to be like, oh yeah, this is what you're trying to tell me, so haha, funny cum joke.
What was that one Corpse Party game that everyone hated because it just went too far with everything?
I don't know, but I know that there was that one game where it just kind of destroyed the entire series for everybody. I don't remember what it was called. Yeah, it's probably the same situation there. All the characters that they introduced, like say Asahina's little bro, his death was super fast, and like I felt absolutely nothing from it because I didn't get to learn about him.
Is not great throughout it.
Yeah. And as I said, it feels like they're relying on the relationship with other characters that we love in order to make us feel something about these characters that they introduce and immediately kill off.
I think Danganronpa 1 does far more than its fair share heavy lifting for this game.
Yeah. And no, unfortunately that does not work. I don't consider Asahina's brother to be like Asahina to me. I want to know what Asahina's little brother is about. What are his dreams and his goals, and
which is unfortunate because he's the one out of all the like family members that we get to see almost the most of, with the exception of like
oh my god,
Hunger Crush. But
it's kind of tasteless. I assume it's trying to make you feel better after such topics, but it didn't work. No, don't make me feel better. I want to wallow in that misery. That's the entire reason why I'm playing.
I think I does it better. I think there's still a few scenes in I where I'm like, not for me. But that's, I think, more me personally than just that it was done poorly like it was here. I think I too really masters that.
Sometimes the game really should make you uncomfortable, but the good kind of uncomfortable, where you feel uncomfortable because you have to think about the situation characters are in, but I
feel like a good example of a game that kind of makes you feel uncomfortable, and it's supposed to, is like Soma.
Yeah,
it makes you think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's the good kind of uncomfortable you want to put your players in because you want to bring out a message with it. But UDG is like, oh, we'll make you feel uncomfortable and then make a cum joke because we just want to make you feel uncomfortable, like without anything to it. Which makes UDG really not fun to play. I mean, Soma was not fun to play, but that's because it had a message that you like felt really uncomfortable with that was executed really well. UDG is not fun to play because it's just empty.
I agree. Once I do like I's balance between like serious moments and humor. We're almost done with VLR, and we're gonna jump straight into I and come back to Zero Time Dilemma another time. So, I'm be excited for that.
Maybe never. We'll see. But
maybe never.
Yeah. If we're making the comparison with Soma, after every single stream where we finished Soma, I had to like take a break. And well, I mean, there was that one particular stream where I just couldn't stop crying afterwards. It made me literally question like what it means to be human and the meaning of my own existence. And if a game can move you to that point, then it knows what it's doing, and it has done it well with its presentation and its discussion.
I feel like another big difference between like Soma and Nier versus like Ultra Despair Girls is the commentary is more on things you can have a discussion about, whereas UDG, the whole story of like, you know, mistreatment of children, it's like there's no real discussion there. It's bad, right? Yeah. There's not much to elaborate on there. Whereas with Soma and with Nier, when you're talking about complications and feelings and existentialism and all that kind of stuff, it's a complicated topic that you can discuss.
I mean, yeah, the Zero, so literally in Soma, even during the streams, if anybody goes back and watches it, Zero and I did have discussions as to why I think he should not be like doing the things that he does to robots.
Oh yeah, Kiwi literally was like, "I'll hate you if you do this," and I was like, "No, Kiwi, but if we do this, then he'll be free." And he was like, "No, but it's fine. It's better to survive." Like, what? Is it better to survive if you're not really living?
Conversations, right? And you see all those kind of thought processes. Whereas with UDG, I feel like there's nothing deeper to push it. There's no real, I don't know, discussion to have.
I mean, if anybody,
I feel like if we want to talk about like maybe more of a discussion, I think of things like Senju Kahara's backstory. There's more to discuss there.
Yeah,
and it's a similar topic, right?
Yeah, if anybody tries to discuss with you about UDG cutscenes, you should run. That's a red flag. Like, that person is a red flag.
Maybe pushing it a little further, but then I meant
anybody discussing abuse of little kitties is a red flag. Like, there's no question there.
Well, I think it gets down to usually the interesting way to tell these kinds of stories is when you're kind of exploring how did we get into the situation, or why are we in this situation, or conversely, how did this drive character motivations to be where they are, right? I feel like that's what's interesting about Senju Kahara's backstory, is kind of how that shaped her character. You know, it's not so much that this is bad and we need to discuss it, as much as it's a thing that happens and how it can affect people. I don't know. So the fact that we have this introduction in these backstories but never actually go anywhere with it, that's where it falls flat, because that's where it needs to go for this kind of story.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Kiwi?
I forgot. I had a character.
I'm sorry.
I had a character from a game in mind that I wanted to bring up as a good example, but I forgot which character it was, so I can't speak about it anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with it. It doesn't read the room well. It doesn't. It never quite hits the emotions it needs to for a scene, I feel like. With the few exceptions with Toko or Nagisa.
Good point. Emotional intensity. The game doesn't understand that at all. Like, it can get you super hyped up and like, oh, your alarm bell's ringing. Oh my god, danger is close. And then it'll put you in a super slow gameplay section immediately afterwards.
Or the opposite. You're finally getting into the gameplay, and then let's talk about Saki the book.
Or not just that. Like,
what the fuck is that?
Example, like the worst example of like the whole UDG. Give me a
Yeah. It just felt like the game was confused as to what it wanted me to feel. It had no clear direction.
I feel like the tone is kind of all over the place a little bit.
Yeah.
Which just kind of leaves the shock value a shock value for shock value's sake. which is unfortunate because there definitely is things they could have done with it, I guess.
Certainly. If you take all the plot points from the game and then you maybe like sat down for a few days and rethought it all, you could probably make a more decent story. There is things
The Bomb
here.
Inside is a great book, though. It did sound interesting.
What I was saying is that like the worst example of this like whole thing is that when you're starting to like get into gameplay stuff and then a really long cutscene comes up.
Yeah.
A cutscene
It just
that
has
lasts
nothing to
an
do with anything.
hour.
Yeah. We've had cutscenes during the streams where I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna skip this. I don't care anymore. Because it was just dragging on for so long. I wanted to get back to the gameplay. I was like, just getting into it. But no, it doesn't want me to have fun. It feels like the game wants to constantly keep reminding me that it is a game. That's why it keeps throwing up tutorials in my face, like every few steps I walk. That is such bad game design, especially if you're doing an action game. No, don't do that, please.
I feel like
Stop.
it was trying to keep the kind of like quirky tutorial narrator from the main series, but it just is too much. They went too hard. It's no longer quirky and fun.
It works with the visual novel style when it comes to the trials. That's fine.
Yeah.
Explain
And it's
the
fewer parts.
minigames to me. Yeah.
Mhm.
But when you're walking, you're doing action stuff, you're trying to learn how to play the game, and it just constantly keeps interrupting you to remind you that it is a game, therefore breaking your own immersion or whatever you had, then yeah, no, that's not a good tutorial system at all.
It's kind of like a mom when you go into the kitchen to get a snack, and then the mom, as you're walking away, tells you to take out the trash. It feels like that.
I feel like this is some personal experience. Maybe something even recent too. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess for me, the theme of the game is missed potential. I feel like there's a lot of potential in UDG that just kind of falls flat. I don't know.
I
That's
agree
that's
and
my
I
ultimate
disagree.
review and analysis of it.
I agree and I disagree, but I just disagree because, in my personal opinion, UDG should have been a light novel instead of a third-person shooter. That's just my personal opinion, but
I feel like we kind of have two games that got mashed together. I think as a pure visual novel, it would have had more legs to stand on in some moments, and I think if we went pure third-person shooter, it would have had some legs to stand on. But
It would
because
have
we
been
kind
more
of smashed
fun.
them both together,
But yeah.
there's
It
a lot
didn't
of
mix
good
well.
ideas sprinkled in out that just aren't fully executed, and I think that's a shame.
it feels like an experiment for something bigger.
Well, I think that is what it is they're just trying something.
Yeah.
Which, like I think Zero said earlier, I'm always down to have series and studios try new things.
Mhm.
But
You get to see
Yeah.
like one of your favorite games in a different way, right? Like yeah, get a Nier Automata farming game. Yeah.
I would
I
play
think that is
that.
why the people who do like UDG, I think that is part of what makes people like it, is that it is something new for the series. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm really excited for Raincoat. I think it looks really cool. I think it takes a lot of the good ideas from Danganronpa, from what we've seen of it, into a new
Yeah.
format.
Oh, I forgot to put Raincoat on the list of games I want to buy.
Is there
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
else? I guess the last thing was just pacing. We kind of dabbled on it a little bit here and there, but
Mhm.
I made the comparison as to like MMOs and stuff. If your game only gets good at like 100 hours in, then you fail to make a convincing intro. After searching on the internet, apparently like chapter 4 or chapter 5 is usually people's most favorite chapter, but to get a player to that chapter, you need to get them invested in the characters and the story by then, which this game unfortunately failed to do for me.
I think I think I talked to you about it when we were talking on our own, but a good comparison to me is just Odd Taxi. I thought
Mhm.
Odd Taxi had a great finale, like the ending was really, really good, but it was such a just dredge for me to get there that I ultimately can't really rate it very highly for myself, just because getting to the ending was so much work. But like, that's also for me personally. I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's just not my kind of anime leading up to it. So it took so long for me to get to the part that I enjoyed. But the part that I got to was really, really good. So it's like, how do I actually rate that for myself then?
Yeah. My example of this would be Steins Gate. A lot of people criticize Steins Gate for the first half of it being super slow, very boring. But personally, I would disagree. I think it builds intrigue. It introduces you to characters, their dynamics, and afterwards you learn that what you learned about those characters is just surface level. And
I did the same thing with Penguin Drum. Yeah,
during that entire time, the show is always giving you like small hints and like facts and theories, and giving you things to discuss about, philosophies to think on, and just the cinematography throughout is there to give you a sense that something is wrong, but you don't know what it is, and it's just like on the tip of your finger, and you can't figure that out.
I feel like Odd Taxi tries to do that. It just kind of falls flat for me personally. I'd be curious to, because none of you guys have finished it, so I can't discuss it with someone else.
Yeah, I should watch it at some point.
I'd be curious to see what you guys think of it. If you
Okay. This will sound kind of wild, but for me, that type of story is Idolish 7. Where the first season, no, let me talk. The first season is basically just like wholesome idol stuff, and then you go to the second season, and then all of a sudden one of the characters kills another character, and then something else happens.
What the hell?
And then they run away, and then they kidnap somebody. Like, it's that kind of story.
Well, what is this idol show doing? I came here for the music
really
and the pretty boys, man.
It's really good. It just gives you a really false narrative during the first season.
Sure.
I think something
I guess another example is Katekyo Hitman Reborn, where the manga actually started off as a gag series and didn't do well, so they kind of changed directions later on, and it ends up getting really good later, but you have to dig through all that beginning part that just didn't do very well.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know that feeling. Ken just doesn't want to watch it with me anymore. I wonder why.
You gotta throw shade at
Because he sat there and chat on it the whole time you were watching it with him.
No, he's just being Mitsundere.
Okay.
I think games need time to build up to their payoff. That was something that we saw with Nier Replicant. It really had a very long time to build up to what it wanted to say, and the fact that it spent all that time setting everything up just made that payoff so much better.
Yeah.
It is hard to write that, I understand. I wouldn't say that I would be able to do so, to keep a player intrigued into something for that long.
That balance of like, to always be building but never obvious about it. So it has to stay engaging while you're building without being too in your face and deliberate.
I think Danganronpa 2 was able to do that very well. But because of the change in gameplay here, the pacing got messed up. And they weren't sure as to when they should spring things onto you. That was probably the main reason. Otherwise, it might have had something to say.
Because of the gameplay style, because they couldn't have like Aoi's brother stick around in the party, right? So they had to introduce him and get rid of him because he couldn't stay. Which is why I think a lot of those character interactions are, hey, you meet him and they're gone. Right? Because I think they just didn't really know how to, I don't know, keep them connected, keep them around longer in this kind of format.
Okay, I see. Well, I'm beginning to understand now. But... Well, it does make a lot of sense, right? That obviously the mechanics of the game dictates so many things that happen afterwards. Your story, your player experience, and ultimately the aesthetics of how your game is perceived and the emotions that it conveys. The process just didn't go very well for this game, in our opinion, I would say.
Yeah.
If you guys had fun, like, playing this game, power to you.
If you like Komaru, I'm gonna judge you.
Kiwi
my
will
God.
judge you. I feel like there's nothing wrong with liking a game, even if it's got faults. Everyone likes different things. Nothing has to be perfect. Like, I have lots of anime I like that are very far from perfect.
Yeah. Cerby probably relates to this the most.
do. I mean, I also have a lot of really bad anime I really
Sorry, no
And I
surprise on that
admit-
face snap. Yes,
and I
yes, you
admit that they're bad. But if I think a character is bad, I won't like them. Not like bad in evil sense, but bad in written. And for me, that's Komaru.
Like, I think there's nothing wrong with like just having fun and enjoying something for what it is, and you can do that. It's not for me, and I don't really have fun with it.
Same.
But if you do, power to you. I'm glad you could find enjoyment in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Even though I shit on it a lot, as long as you had fun with it, that's fine by me.
I had a lot of negative to say, but in the end of the day, yeah, if you enjoy something, and as long as it's not like destructive or like gross or hurting people, power to you. Have fun with it.
I mean, at the very least, the game sparked this discussion. And sometimes games like these make me understand why other games that I enjoyed are good. Without
for sure.
some like fail cases, you wouldn't be able to know what the success cases are. And I find
But I
value
think it
in
also helps
analyzing
highlight,
that.
even within the Danganronpa series, like it really showcases to me what makes 2 and V3 really great.
What
Some people
Danganronpa's strengths are, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm,
some people would
exactly.
disagree with 3 being great, but
Well, that's just more of an opinion on the conclusion and the actual
Yeah,
like story. But
so,
that's
like-
personal preference and not good writing
Yeah.
versus bad.
so like not really much to say about that until Zero plays it.
Well, yeah, obviously. Let's
Yeah, no,
analyze
V3 I think was
V3.
very, very divisive when it came out, but I think the general consensus is most people like it.
Yeah, I love V3. I'm really excited for V3.
Me too.
And
Really
it's
hope
also
there are more
because I'm
talk
actually
streams like this. They're fun. I'm glad you enjoyed, Wince. Yeah, we enjoy talking about stuff like this. We do it all the time in private.
We like talking.
Yeah.
This is when we hang out. This is what happens.
This is usually what we talk about over on Discord. It's just fucking
we just
weebs, man.
UDG all day long. No.
Well, no.
I'm really excited for V3 because I'll actually be a protagonist that I enjoy.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, regardless, thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed that stream, and we'll be seeing you guys next time in the Danganronpa 3 anime. Also, in about like 25 minutes, you guys are going to be doing your own stream.
Yeah.
If you guys are still here, please check in on Cerby and Kiwi. I don't know what they're gonna do.
It's just gonna be some chill hangout stream while I do some 3D for some environments.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
I'll be driving
if you guys
in the
want to
back.
hang there and talk with them, yeah, make sure you join the stream. But until next time, guys, see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.